So, this is one of those areas that's still on my list of requiring further research. I haven't done it, on what the intergovernmental transfer and how it works. If you can lawfully spend public money on intergovernmental transfer, then you can spend full money on it.
So in that interest, why don't I amend my motion to, up to 250,000 reserved if it is deemed lawful, or to be sure it is deemed lawful.
Okay.
So what exactly are you voting on? What's the motion?
We have a list of PILT disbursements that we do every year, and with the hospital here and the discussions that we've been having this morning, it is on the list of the IGT so that we can budget, and also to give clarity to the hospital that in the spring, their planning on that is not going to fall out from under them. So what I wanna do in my motion is just reserve that money for when the IGT comes through in the spring, so that it is available in the PILT account to go ahead and give to DPHHS to get the 30% match that then will come to the nursing home to offset the low Medicaid payments for those people who use that service.
And has this always been, is this done through the county directly or through the hospital district?
No, through the county.
Intergovernmental transfer.
Mhm.
It's been from the county direct. Yep.
Yeah.
And this, like I said, this is one that I'm still researching the DPHHS program of how it works, but the law, the statute says that the county cannot spend money directly to benefit a private entity, like a nonprofit or anything that's not public. There's, in terms of hospitals and nursing homes that are within a community that are providing the service here, so long as they meet certain requirements of serving the public and medicating and building processes and not charity care, but it's admissions are basically, trying to remember the term, what's that? Indigent, basically. When they meet those requirements, then there's authority from Attorney General opinion saying that the county, or the hospital district can provide money to operate those. I only dealt with that because of all the stuff going on with the hospital district. So in that sense, the hospital district can provide public funds for their operations. Well, it says specifically nursing home or hospital, okay? So long as they meet those admission requirements, which this hospital does. I haven't looked at the nursing home, but I'm assuming it's the same policy. Now, that's been under, the work I've done on this has been under the whole rubric of hospital district funding to the hospital, that funding being provided either by taxpayers or loans or whatever to the hospital district. I haven't done the research specifically on the intergovernmental transfer process, but so long as it follows the same requirements, it's probably fine. I know it's been going on for a long time and it's done under state law, so I'm not concerned about that. I think the other question, and it's really not my opinion on it, is just best uses of PILT money over the long term. That's your money decision to make.
Just a comment to that. It's, when you talk about ability to match 200 and come up with 80, that's a great deal. And as I said before, several hospitals, several nursing homes, several counties have done this in the last 20 years, so this is not new. It's not really even to be studied, but you sure can. The legislature passed it, and it's an opportunity to help the local district hospitals. And nursing homes.
Well, I think it's an opportunity to help, Jeff, but I'm still concerned about if something isn't right, that we could lose our PILT altogether, any government funding, which we come pretty close to it a few years ago.
So and as I understand it, the county has done this before, participated in the intergovernmental transfer, is that accurate?
Yes.
Because the money goes to the state, it doesn't go directly to the
Right.
hospital. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
do you habitually use PILT money, or do you use what source do you usually use?
I can't speak to prior to 2008, perhaps you can, but it's been PILT since Elaine and I came on the commission in 2008.
Okay.
So before that, I don't know.
I would just say, because it's done under state law through the DPHHS, it would be considered a public purpose. And that's the requirement for what PIL can be spent on.
Thank you.
And I have no problem with the friendly amendment to be sure that it's lawful to get that report back. All I'm looking to do is give clarity and some kind of foundation for the hospital, moving forward for the local economy, keeping in mind what would happen to this community if we lost the hospital, keeping in mind where else do you get 30% return on your money. It's fiscally responsible in that vein as well. As to the loss of PILT, we have this PILT payment through the end of this year, and we have a meeting on the 11th to rally on contacting Congress. Almost every county, I think there's 1,129 if I remember right, have PILT. This is not just a Western states issue. And what happened when Congress cut out SRS, there was such a dive in county budgets and such a cry from counties around the country that they reinstated SRS. So I think you'd have so many counties going broke, and I'm regurgitating what I'm hearing from the experts, that if they got rid of PILT, they'd end up having to restate it anyway, just to keep the counties afloat. Yeah, and we heard that directly from Jeremy, who was here from Representative Zinke's office not too long ago. He's one of the experts I'm regurgitating. So, you know, we can govern from a place of fear. We can govern from a place of assumptions and ignorance, or we can put together the numbers, do our homework, gather the facts, and govern with an eye on the community, the economy, and the safety of our citizens. And that's what's behind this motion, is to provide that clarity and that foundation and that little bit of security for our citizens and our local economy.
Thank you.
So with that, I call for the question.
Well, just add that to, wait until Corey gets his research finished on this. You say you're still researching on this.
I haven't done any research on the the intergovernmental transfer process. It's something that I was aware that we were contemplating for next spring, so I haven't done it yet. What is the timeline that you're looking at? January?
I can give you the legal documents that we all sign every March.
Okay, March.
So we got plenty of time, actually.
Madam Chair, I believe there is not a second to this motion.
That's right.
I guess I'd ask that, 3 months is a long time. I need to be able to plan that we're not gonna get that $280,000 so that I can make adjustments in our cash flow. So,
It's the business.
yeah.
I mean, at this point, I don't have any reason to doubt it. So I just haven't personally gone through most of these things. I make a point of personally looking through every statute and regulation and case on it. I haven't done it on this, but at this point, don't have a reason to doubt the soundness of it.
So are you gonna second or not?
I'll go ahead and second the motion.
It's moved and seconded then. And do you wanna say your motion again, ma'am?
I move that we reserve up to $250,000 from PILT for the IGT this spring, with the assumption and understanding that it will be deemed lawful at that time.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same?
No.
Mr. Slivka's no. Motion carried.
All right, hopefully that'll help.
And I think that's all we're gonna do on PILT today.
Yeah.
Can I go through?
Yes, you can.
Next time you come back.
Thanks, Corey. COS. Jenny. Bernadette.
probably have already seen this one. It was the court ordered petition for London Good. But since there wasn't any comment, it's been through all the review process. For your approvals.
And you're right, it is a repeat, so I move we support this family, the court order.
Court ordered
Subdivision.
It's moved and seconded that we grant approval to the court ordered division. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks. Do you see any more subdivisions coming down the pike?
A couple that, little minors that are coming down the pike, and then possibly another one, but that one's still being decided upon, or some decisions made on the landowner, but, nothing big, that's for sure, but little things here and there, so. Since we've been actually really busy this year, this fall, so, yeah, it's
That's good.
keeping us on our toes even when it's cold. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Bernadette.
Bernadette. In view of the fact that it's almost noon, I think I'll save the journal entries until this afternoon. We'll recess until 1:30. Unless you had something.
No, I mean, just off the record, there wasn't anything on the
Okay,
record.
it's off the record.
Yeah. I was just curious,